Welcome back to our course, Network Theory and Transmission Lines. Today we are going to discuss about the image parameters. So these are the outcomes of today's presentation. So by the end of this lecture you are going to know what are the different image parameters, and you can able to define and write the expression for the image impedances, and also what do you mean by you can define the iterative impedance or the characteristic impedance. You can write the expressions for the image transfer constant and also relate the image transfer constant with the propagation constant. So coming to the image impedance of a two-port network. So mainly the significance of image impedances or the image impedance, these parameters is going to be in the characterizing the transmission lines, especially in particular if you want to discuss these image impedances or the characteristic impedances is going to play a key role in the design of the filters. So in the analysis of the filters, where you are going to use the impedance matching networks for reducing the noises or to limit the desired amount of the signal to some specific bands or specific frequencies, you are going to use the impedance matching networks where the image impedance, the parameters image impedance, characteristic impedance and the different iterative impedances is going to play a key role. So coming to this in terms of two-port network, mainly a two-port network in the as it is a image parameters. So this two-port network can be analyzed using the transmission parameters. So the image impedance, the term image in the sense here applies to the here the impedance seen looking into a port of a network. So as it is a two-port network, here we are considering the two-port network. So if we look from this port 1 as is shown in this figure, if you look from this port 1, for example, if the network is, if this two-port network is terminated at the second port, that means the port 2 dash. If the network is terminated at the port 2 dash, so that means here you have a impedance that is ZI2, right? If the network is terminated with the impedance ZI2, then the input impedance of the network is looking from the port 1 dash is going to be the ZI1. Or else if the impedance, if we look from this port 2, if we look from this port 2, if you look from this port 2, if the network is getting terminated at the port 1 dash, terminated with the impedance ZI1 at 1 dash, then the input impedance of the network seen looking from the port 2 dash is going to be the ZI2. So this ZI1 and ZI2 is going to be the impedances, and that is known as the image impedances. These are known as the image impedances, right? These are nothing but the image impedances. Here it is nothing but ZI2, ZI1 and ZI2 of a two-port network, where the port 1 dash of the network is terminated in ZI1, then the input impedance of the port 2 dash is going to be the ZI2. And the same, if the port 2 dash is terminated in ZI2, then the input impedance at port 1 dash is going to be the ZI1. So this is going to be the definition of your image impedances. So when you are, so in general, so the concept of the image impedance can be applied to the two-port networks, and are more for multi-port networks also we can apply the concept of the image impedance, not only for the single network. So like if we are having multiple ports other than more than two ports also, we can have this concept of the image impedance, right? Not only two port, we can apply the concept to the multi-port. So as in our context, we are having only the two-port network. So we are analyzing with respect to the two-port network. So how to get these expressions for ZI1 and ZI2? So in general, we are having the transmission parameters. We are having the transmission parameters. From the transmission parameters, we know the expressions for the V1 and I1. So where V1 is equal to those here, the V1 and I1 are nothing but the, if we consider the two-port network with respect to the transmission line, so V1 and I1 is going to be our sending end variables, and V2 and I2 is going to be our receiving end variables. That means here the dependent variables is going to be our V1 and I1. That means here we are expressing the sending end variables in terms of the receiving end variables. So then we already derived these expressions. V1 is equal to A V1 is equal to A V2 A V2 minus B I2 A V2 minus B I2, and I1 is equal to CV1 minus DI2. So these are the two parameters which we have already derived. So these expressions we have already derived, V1 and I1. So now from these expressions, so coming to this image impedance calculation, from this if the, say for example, if the network is terminated with respect to the second port, then we can write the input impedance is going to be the ZI1 here. This ZI1 is nothing but the image impedance, and the corresponding current here is I1. So what is this? So then we can write V1 is going to be equal to I1 into ZI1. V1 is going to be equal to I1 into ZI1. Similarly, if the network is terminated at the port 1, that is 1 dash, with the impedance ZI1, so then the input impedance at the port 2 dash, if you look from this port 2, is going to be equal to ZI2. So then V2 is going to be equal to I2 into ZI2. So this ZI2 is nothing but the impedance, and I2 is going to be the current. So but here, as we are considering the transmission parameters, this current is going to be negative. The second receiving end current is going to be negative because of the convention of your two-port network, right? So from the regular convention we are considering this side, but coming to the transmission, we are going to be, this current is going to be receiving end, so it is going to be reversed. So as we are reversing this current direction, it is going to be minus I2 here. And the same is applied here also, minus I2. So where here this A, B, C and D are nothing but the transmission parameters. Now by substituting these values, V1 is equal to I1 into ZI1 and V2 is equal to minus I2 into ZI2. In these two expressions, by solving those two expressions, we can come across from these transmission parameters, right? So we are going to come across this ZI1 is going to be equal to root over AB by CD, and this ZI2 is going to be equal to root over BD by AC. Root over BD by AC. So these are the two expressions for our image impedances ZI1 and ZI2, where ZI1 is the input impedance of the two-port network looking from the port 1 if the network is terminated at the output port, that is the 2 dash, with the impedance ZI2, and the other one is the ZI2, where which is nothing but the, which is seen looking from the port 2 dash when the network is terminated at the 1 dash, with the impedance Zi1, right? So these two input impedances is nothing but our image impedance parameters looking at different ports. So by applying the transmission parameter equations, we came across Zi1 is going to be equal to root over AB by CD and Zi2 is equal to root over BD by AC. So these are the two expressions for our image impedances. So this is the Zi1 and Zi2. So now what happens if the network is symmetrical or if the network is reciprocal, right? So let us look into the other discussion. So next one is iterative or characteristic impedance. So I just now recall what happens if the network is symmetrical. If the network is symmetrical, the image impedances Zi1 and Zi2 are going to be equal to each other, and the image impedance is going to be equal to the characteristic impedance or the iterative impedance of a two-port network. So in a two-port network, if the network is symmetrical, so what is the condition if the network is symmetrical? We can write, we already derived the expression for the symmetry of the transmission parameters. We can write, if the network is symmetrical, we can write A is equal to D. A is equal to D. If A is equal to D, that means if the network is symmetrical, the two-port network is symmetrical, so the image impedances Zi1 and Zi2 is going to be your equal, and this impedance is going to be nothing but the characteristic impedance or the iterative impedance of the network. So this iterative in the sense here, when these two are equal, then there will be no change in the impedances even if the parameters are going to be varied. So this, even if the parameters are varied, their Zi1 and Zi2 is going to be equal because it is a symmetrical. So that is why it is known as the iterating impedance or iterative impedance, right? So if the symmetrical network is terminated with the load ZL, the input impedance is also going to be equal to ZL. If you want to say, so if the network is, this network is terminated with the impedance here Zi2 here, so then here the input impedance is also going to be the Zi2, right? So if the network is terminated from the port 11 dash with the impedance Zi1, then the input impedance looking from the port 22 dash is going to be equal to the Zi1. That means here Zi1 is going to be equal to Zi2. Zi1 is going to be equal to Zi2. So that means here this kind of impedance is known as then the image impedances Zi1 and Zi2 is going to be your characteristic impedance or iterative impedance. Or we can say the impedance transformation ratio is going to be unity. So because this Zi1 and Zi2 are equal, the transformation ratio with respect to each other, that means Zi1 to the ratio of the Zi1 to the Zi2 is going to be equal to 1. So that is why here the transformation ratio is mentioned as unity. So these are all the questions which you can expect for the short answers. So the iterative or the characteristic impedance, right? So now if you want to write the expression for this iterative impedance, so already we are having the image impedances Zi1 is equal to, what is the expression for Zi1? Zi1 is equal to root over AB by CD and Zi2 is equal to root over BD by AC. So but we are having for defining the iterative impedance, we are having the condition if the network is symmetry. When the network is symmetry, then only we can get the iterative impedance from the image impedances. Then your image impedances is going to be your iterative impedance. So A is equal to D. If A is equal to D here, then we can write Zi1 is equal to, so if we want to define here itself, so if the A is equal to D, if we substitute A is equal to D over here, so then what is going to happen? This one and this one is going to get cancelled. So we are going to have B by C. We are going to have B by C. So whereas here also, if A is equal to D, if we substitute here A, so we are going to have this one and this one is going to get cancelled here. So we are going to have root over B by See, so then we can say when the network is symmetry, we can say Zi1 is going to be equal to Zi2. So that means the iterative impedance of the characteristic impedance of a two-port network can be defined only if the network is symmetrical. The network is symmetrical. The image impedance of a symmetrical two-port network is going to be our iterative or characteristic impedance. So the expression for this, as we have got this, that is nothing but the iterative impedance is going to be equal to root over B by C. Root over Zi1 is going to be equal to Zi2, which is equal to root over B by C. So this is what coming to your iterative or characteristic impedance. The next one is the one more important parameter, that is nothing but the image transfer constant. Image transfer constant. So since we are having the reciprocal symmetrical network, so this one we have discussed using only two independent parameters. What are those two independent parameters? Those are nothing but the B and C. Those are the two independent parameters, that is Zi1 and V1 and I1 we have defined using the two independent parameters. The image parameters I1 and I2, that is Zi1 and Zi2, are enough to characterize these symmetrical networks. Because why? Because both are equal, as Zi1 and Zi2 are equal. So these two are enough to characterize the symmetrical networks, right? But so this Zi1 and Zi2 may not be sufficient to complete the network, to completely define a network. So one more parameter, because here we are going to have only with respect to the transmission parameters A, B and C, D, but we are not having in terms of the voltages and the currents if we derive completely. So that means if you want to characterize the power, if you want to estimate the power, or if you want to estimate the currents, so then we may need the third parameter, that is nothing but the image transfer constant, and also known as the image transfer as a propagation constant if it is equal to the, if it is if it satisfies the reciprocity. So it's reciprocity and symmetrical conditions. So that means here, so this image transfer constant is defined as the 1/2 of the natural algorithm of the complex ratio of the steady state apparent power. Steady state apparent power entering and leaving a network. Entering and leaving a network in its image impedance. So this is going to define by, so again the same story here. So this Zi1 and Zi2 is going to be defined only from looking into the ports, each of the ports individually, by considering the other port as getting terminated with the impedance, right? So now we can write the expression using the definition like a natural algorithm. So that means log base C. So this phi is going to be equal to 1/2 of the natural algorithm log base C to the ratio of the steady state apparent power leaving and entering. Leaving and entering. So here, so V1 and I1 is the input side power and V2 and I2 is the output side power. So the ratio of this is going to be defined by the constant. That constant is nothing but here. So because it is going to be it is a dimensionless parameter. It is a dimensionless parameter. Why? Because that is the reason why it is known as a constant, because here it is the ratio of the powers. So the power V1 and I1 is expressed in watts and V2 and I2 is expressed in watts. As it is a ratio, you are going to have the dimensionless. That is the reason why it is known as a constant, image transfer constant. So phi is going to be equal to 1 by 2 log base C V1 I1 to the V2 I2. So from this we know that V1 is, what is V1? V1 we have already defined, that is nothing but the in terms of image impedances. So because it is the leaving a network terminated in its image impedance. So that means here we have to consider the image impedances. So what is V1? V1 is equal to Zi1 into I1 and V2 is equal to minus I2 into Zi2. Minus I2 into Zi2. So then we can define it as we can define it as phi is going to be equal to log base C. As if we substitute here Zi1 and Zi2, Zi1 and Zi2 over here, so then the magnitude, if we take the magnitude of this, the constant phi is equal to the product of this logarithm is going to be separated in this manner. So log base is Zi1 divided by Zi2 plus log of I1 by I2. So then here, if the network is symmetrical, we can write Zi1 is going to be equal to Zi2 because the network is symmetrical. So this Zi1 is going to be equal to Zi2, which is nothing but the iterative impedance. The image impedance is also can be known as the iterative impedance if the network is symmetrical. So then if Zi1 is equal to Zi2 here, so we can write the phi is going to be equal to log base C I1 by I2. So if the network is symmetrical here, so this constant value is nothing but the can be represented as using the another constant that is nothing but the gamma here. This gamma is nothing but the propagation constant. So here the definition is clear. So we will go into this image transfer constant. So the phi is the image transfer constant if we consider the network as a unsymmetrical. If we consider the network is symmetrical, the same constant can be represented using the gamma, that is nothing but the propagation constant. So we will discuss this propagation constant and the characteristic impedances when we are going to analyze the transmission lines in detail in the upcoming chapters. So in case of a two-port network characterization, if you want to define a image transfer constant, so then this image transfer constant phi can be defined as a 1/2 of the natural algorithm of a complex ratio of the steady state apparent power entering and leaving the network terminated in its image impedance. So where it is nothing but phi is equal to of log base C V1 by V2 into V1 I1 divided by V2 I2. So if the network is symmetrical, obviously we can write it as the Zi1 is equal to Zi2, then this is going to be cancelled over here and we are going to have phi is equal to, the network is symmetrical, this is going to be unity, so then phi is going to be equal to log base C I1 by I2, log base C I1 by I2. So then this value is going to be equal to gamma. This is also known as the gamma if it is a symmetrical network, and this gamma is nothing but your propagation constant. This gamma is nothing but your propagation constant. So these are the definitions which I have taken from the following textbook: Sudhakar Shyamohan Espalli, Circuits and Networks, Analysis and Synthesis, McGraw-Hill Education. Thank you.